origin story of hometown workforce. What an interesting story that is indeed. So 15 years ago, at least 15 years ago, I envisioned this version of Amazon where instead of products, this website had millions of services available from people in all walks of life. If you had a skill that someone else was willing to pay for, you could list that skill on here and folks could order your services just like they're ordering products off Amazon. Well, at the time, obviously, the notion was inconceivable that somebody like me could build Amazon from the ground up for an entirely new industry without a blueprint, with really no resources at my disposal. So let's fast forward 15 years or whatever to 2019, when a buddy of mine invited me to this week-long seminar in California. And the purpose of this seminar was to disseminate knowledge specifically oriented around success. So what are the steps and the mindset required to become a successful human being? Well, what I took away from this seminar was the fact that we have this incredibly brief period to do something extraordinary with our life. In the grand scheme of the cosmic timeline, we're literally a blip. And if we want to make a difference, we better execute on our dream. Combine that with this understanding that I've had really through my research that we exist, I believe, for the specific purpose of creating a relationship with the Creator, the divine intelligence that is literally holding the universe together. There's too much fine-tuning that goes into things like dark matter, which is the force that holds galaxies together, when the second law of thermodynamics says that entropy will pull things apart. There's something that's keeping things organized, I believe, for the specific purpose of facilitating life. And by that definition, it seems to me that the purpose of this life is to support other people's lives, to use my free will to help other people live a better life, to be of service. So I combine these two thought processes together with the desire to do something meaningful. I knew I wanted to dedicate my life to something important. I just didn't know exactly what it was. So December 24th of 2019, Christmas Eve, I had this vision. It was like a lightning bolt struck me, and it took my breath away. And it was this idea came fully formed with the marketplace. I understood immediately that there needed to be listings created by people in zip codes, and these listings need to be oriented around a range of prices and a range of completion times. This would hold people accountable, and it would ensure that these people were honest and reliable, that they were there to support the free will of other people through service. So I had this design. I remember staying up all night. We were staying at an Airbnb in West Point in this turn-of-the-century mansion, an old, cold mansion, and up all night writing out notes. Since then, full time, I've been working on hometown workforce, and we're bringing more people into our cohort. Now let's add this craziness with this other assumption that I've made about human existence and the fact that we are outnumbered and outgunned by these corporate conglomerates and the government, and they're all here for the purpose of controlling us. And I think the overarching strategy is, if they keep us divided, politically divided, and it's a miracle to me how, without very fine tuning, how every election could come down to a near perfect 50-50 split. If that's not by design, I don't know what is. But anyway, so in order to combat these people, these elite individuals that want to control us, we need to decentralize this control and give people the opportunity to turn the skills they've coordinated over a lifetime into a business. And then we need these businesses to be managed without some hierarchy. And that's exactly what Hometown Workforce does. People create listings, they make the hours they're available to do these services available, and then consumers can order the services without outside interference. This free market will very naturally adjust prices based on supply and demand. It'll ensure that people are honest and reliable. They do what they're supposed to do, because if they don't, people are not going to order their services anymore, and somebody else will come in and replace them. It's a system that, to the best of my knowledge, is the only system that I'm aware of that has the capacity to free people from this programmed control that I think that exists. If any of this makes sense to you, then let me know, and we can get you on board, and we can help combat these corporate conglomerates and the people at the top, which is my desire, and I think that that should be most people's desire unless you're a part of the system. Till next time.